Okay, so we have the card choosing, number 86. So we're making some really sound choices with this Reiki. If anybody practices Reiki, then feel free to contribute Reiki to this video, whether it's saved or whether it's live. Right now I see 111 people watching, so hey everyone. If you've never done Reiki before, then just sit back and enjoy the Reiki. Allow it to come and make an impact on your life and help you heal, transform. So today's Reiki is for choosing to help us make choices that are sound and right, okay? There's not a bad choice out there, but that's another story. So why don't you guys just sit back and relax, and everybody just stay on topic. You know, let's get chill. Check out my ASMR videos, and yeah, leave a like. Okay, ready, set, go. So I have this. It's a singing bowl. Sorry. Okay, everyone, thank you for being here. Please leave me a like and subscribe. Check out my ASMR session for success. I will talk with you soon. Take care. Bye. Have a lovely shadow of the moon. We'll see you for the 25th, the new moon in Gemini. Bye.